Enthusiasm. We got like at least 16 people in here, like 3 of them clapping. All right. Yeah. I'm Jacob Cobb, everybody. I got a weird echo. I don't know if you have this weird whisper thing in your ear going. It's kind of weird. Yeah. He's talking about the Bendham. Yeah, I'm from a little broke family too. We call it a fold it though. I guess that's a white word. Fold, not bend. But yeah. I was wondering what it's like being a firefighter. And the thing is, the firefighters always come up on these horrible wrecks that are on fire and shit, and they have to like rip off the doors on all this crazy shit, Jaws of Life. And like half the time they're like, oh, we gotta hurry, this guy's burning alive. They got this skeleton that's in flames, and half the people are like, oh, we're too late. Like if I was a firefighter, I'd be like, no, it's just Ghost Rider. He just decided to leave the Harley at home. Yeah, I'm not very good with the segue. I'm very ADHD, so I'm like a bullet train. I just shoot back and forth all over the place. My jokes don't like relate at all. I was like, anybody knows what I like being a dog? Everybody's like, men are dogs. All women are like, men are dogs. Men are like dogs.
No, my dog.
I wish I had that kind of confidence, because a male dog is ballsy as hell. As soon as you start scratching him, he just rolls straight over and starts scooting, just trying to get you to grab his dick. Then he gets all pissed off when you like try to stop. Like, bitch, you already started. Bitch, you already started. Dogs get pissed off. Male dog is courageous as hell. And the male dog, the thing is, he doesn't give a shit. He will just go straight up to another dog and just mount it. I don't think that happens, but he'll just go up and mount another dog and just start going at it, Just doesn't even ask questions, doesn't take him out to dinner, her out to dinner, what have you, And, like, he just goes at it, and he's like, yeah. And the other dog's like, dude, I'm a guy. And he's like, I'm almost done, I don't give a shit. Male dogs, they got balls. I don't know how y'all feel about me talking about smoking crack. Matt likes it. Smoking crack. Yeah, I did it at a club a few nights ago, and I got escorted out by the police. I didn't have a joke. I just meant I was smoking crack at the club. Like I've had my ups and downs with women. I learned the good things to say and the bad things to say. And when you have the bad thing to say, you say the wrong thing, and that'll just end the situation. You're getting hot and heavy, and right when you're in the middle of something with a girl, you're making out and stuff. It's pretty much a done deal. It's game over if you like stop and you're like, hey, just to clarify, I don't have to pay you, right? It's game over. That's a good way to just kill the mood right there. But I found a better way to get the women to leave immediately the next morning after you're done. Now, this is the line you should actually use. You fuck around, you do the thing, and the next morning, you're just like, oh, the money's on the nightstand. They'll be out the fucking door because they'll be pissed. What's even more insulting is if you leave some change and a pack of Trident layers on the nightstand. Like relationships, they're crazy, and sometimes you get that awkward moment where you're ready to break up, and it's always so awkward when you're just like, shit's over. We can't do this anymore. I'm not feeling it. We just need to go. I need to split our ways, And there's that awkward moment where you just stare at each other, and the girl starts to tear up, and the guy starts to tear up and cry like a little bitch. But we just look at you, and we're just like, I'm sorry, and then we don't know what the hell to say. I found a good method is just say something completely random, just off the top of your head. So you just be like, baby, we're through, catnip and ginger ale, and then just kind of scoot off. And they'll be with their little girlfriends, they'll be like, I don't know what's going on, and like their friend will be like, it's okay, sweetie, there's other guys out there, you'll find another. And she's like, no, it's not that, I just don't know what the fuck you meant by catnip and ginger ale. Like, is that what I'm supposed to use to soothe myself? I just don't get it. He didn't explain. Also, little nursery rhymes. Think about the Big Bad Wolf. That motherfucker was gangster as shit. The Big Bad Wolf, like straight up NWA, Public Enemy. Like, he blew cops' house down all the time. Huffed and puffed and blew those pigs' house down. Non-stop. That's what he did. And, another thing, when you see, how about this? When you see, somebody pulled over, and somebody's getting arrested, not just when they're pulled over, when you see somebody getting arrested and they're pulled over, how come there's always one guy with his shirt off? There'll always be one motherfucker not wearing a shirt. It's like, you know, they got the blue lights and they're like, oh shit. Here, hold this. My shirt smells like weed. I need to take this shit off or something. Like, why do they need to take their shirt off? They just decide that when they're getting arrested, they need to take their shirt off. Like, bad boys, what you gonna do? Better take your shirt off before we arrest you. I'm sorry, I'm working on that one. Ladies, here's a little information, you know. Just learn this. We gotta negotiate, you know. Men and women are two different factors. The toilet seat thing. Don't bitch at us every time the toilet seat is left up. Because, you know, you're like, oh, it's not that hard to put a toilet seat down. Well, it's not that hard to pick a toilet seat up, right? So, like, you're always like, oh, what if it's dark, you know? I almost fell in. Well, you know what happens when you leave the toilet seat down and we go in there and it's dark? We piss on the seat. So, learn to negotiate. It's not that big of a factor to pick it up and put it down, you know. I got one last thing to say, you know. I'm trying to get back into school, and you know, like knowledge, man. I miss knowledge. I miss learning, man. School was so fun, and you know I'm bullshitting because nobody loves school. It's like fucking, you can love God, but you hate going to church. Sure enough. All right, I'm Jacob Cobb. I don't know who's up next. Who's up next? Tim Meek. My boy Tim Meek.